Are you sure you want the 2026 Toyota Highlander Hybrid? Because if you're just looking at the spec sheet, you might be missing hidden issues in the previous model that previous owners know all too well. In this video, we'll dig into the real-world complaints of the Highlander Hybrid to see if the 2026 is a true evolution or just a prettier version of the same old problems. One, third row and cargo space cramped. The third row in the Highlander is like the fold-out chairs at the kids' table during a holiday dinner. Sure, it's technically a seat, but it's not where any adult wants to sit. Your knees are up in your chest, your back's at a weird angle, and if the person in front reclines, forget it, you're basically folded like luggage. That's what it's like on every road trip or carpool duty in the Highlander's back row. A classic problem to this day. Will the 2026 Toyota Highlander Hybrid as next generation pay attention to it? Two, underwhelming engine performance. Driving the Highlander Hybrid feels a bit like trying to run a race while carrying a backpack full of groceries. You'll get there eventually, but when it's time to pass someone on the highway or merge onto a busy on-ramp, you'll wish you had a little more muscle in your legs. It's efficient, sure, but if you're expecting that smooth surge of power like an AV6, this hybrid might leave you tapping the gas pedal, wondering when the engine plans to join the party. Three, infotainment glitches and dated UI. Imagine buying a brand new smartphone in 2025, but when you turn it on, it feels like using a phone from 2015. The screen lags, the buttons don't always register, and the layout looks like it was designed before streaming apps were even a thing. That's how the infotainment system in the Toyota Highlander Hybrid feels to many drivers. You're paying for a modern car, but interacting with tech that feels a generation behind. Want to quickly switch from maps to music? Good luck. There's a delay. Want to adjust settings or connect a new phone? Hope you brought patience. And when you're driving, every second of distraction matters. It's not just annoying, it can be unsafe. Four, weak seat heating / cooling and subpar premium sound. Imagine buying front row tickets to a concert, expecting to be blown away by the experience. But when you get there, the speakers are too quiet, the sound is flat, and you're sitting under a weak vent that's either freezing or barely blowing warm air. That's exactly how the Toyota Highlander Hybrid makes some drivers feel. You pay extra for the upgraded trim, heated and ventilated seats, premium sound system, and yet, on a cold morning, your seat barely warms up. On a hot day, the ventilation feels like someone breathing lightly through a straw. And the sound system? For the price, you'd expect rich, room-filling audio. Instead, it's like listening to your favorite songs through a decent Bluetooth speaker. Fine, but not premium. It's not just about comfort. It's about feeling like you got what you paid for. And in this case, many owners don't. We have seen the complaints of the latest model. Now let's talk about the complaints of the Toyota Highlander Hybrid from generation to generation. How long has Toyota ignored customer complaints? Are there any major changes from the 2026 Toyota Highlander Hybrid? Let time tell. 5. Slow ignition key delivery. You buy a brand new house, move in with excitement, and the builder says, "Oh, by the way, we'll get you the key to the back door in 8 months." Now, every time you want someone else to use the car, your partner, your teen, your coworker, you're stuck juggling one key like it's made of gold. You worry about losing it. You can't leave it at the valet. And remote start or app-based access. Forget it if you're not the primary user. It sounds like a small thing until you live with it. For months. On a brand new car. It's not just inconvenient, it makes the ownership experience feel unfinished. 6. Buggy mobile app and driver profiles. Walking into your house, and every time, the lights forget your settings, the thermostat resets to freezing, and your smart speaker suddenly thinks you're a stranger. You'd feel like your own home doesn't recognize you. That's what Highlander Hybrid owners are dealing with when the mobile app bugs out or the driver profile won't save. You adjust your seat, mirror, and climate settings, and the next time you get in, it's all gone. The car forgets who you are. Add to that constant phone alerts, delayed remote starts, or the app randomly logging you out. It turns simple conveniences into daily frustrations. In a car that's supposed to be smart and modern, these bugs make it feel anything but. 7. Rattles and build quality quirks. Buy a ticket to a fancy theater, plush seats, surround sound, perfect lighting. But when the movie starts, the guy behind you starts tapping his foot. Not loud enough to ruin it entirely, but enough to remind you that this isn't the premium experience you paid for. That's what a dashboard rattle, roof creak, or hood rattle would sound like if Toyota hadn't paid attention to it in the 2026 Highlander Hybrid. The car drives well, but those little noises, especially in the hybrid's quiet cabin, stand out like odd notes in a symphony. And the worst part? You start to hear them even when they're not there. Because once a car feels like it hasn't been carefully assembled, every wobble becomes a question mark. 8. Transmission and acceleration hesitation. You're at a green traffic light, ready to merge onto a busy highway. You press the gas pedal, expecting a smooth, confident push forward, but instead, your car hesitates, almost like it's second-guessing itself. It's like trying to sprint in a race, but your legs freeze for a split second before catching up. That hesitation might only last a moment, but on a highway entrance or when overtaking, that pause can feel like an eternity and even be dangerous. In the Highlander Hybrid, while the hybrid powertrain is generally smooth, some drivers still report that the transmission can shift harshly or lag behind their input, making acceleration feel uneven and unpredictable. This is the right year to release the 2026 Toyota Highlander Hybrid with the latest version of the next generation. But with all the big changes coming, we hope you can accept the downsides. The upsides will take you far.